A lot of people want to know if they should strength train or do Pilates. A lot of people want to know if they should do yoga or Pilates. A lot of people want to know if they should do 8 reps or 10 reps. A lot of people want to know if they should do creatine or not. A lot of people want to know if they should be taking drinking 2 protein shakes a day or not. And I think a lot of times people want things to be very clear and direct and absolute, but that's just not the reality of nutrition. It's not the reality of strength training, and it's just not the reality of health. A lot of people like using the term healthy. Is this healthy or not? Okay? But the reality is healthy or not, or health is decided by the individual. And by decided by the individual, it means that everyone as an individual is different. So the example I always give that I think is really easy for people to understand is everyone thinks that broccoli is healthy, but broccoli is only healthy to the individual who responds well to broccoli. If I eat broccoli and I see a positive influence on a multitude of things, say I have broccoli with my lunch every day and it helps me feel satiated so I don't eat as much. Say I eat broccoli every day and it has the micronutrients in it have a positive impact on my blood work and on things that are going on inside of my body, and I can prove that by, I started eating broccoli lately once a day, every day for the next 6 months, and this blood marker or this specific thing improved when I went and got my blood test. We can be like, okay, maybe it's due to this broccoli, right? So I'm responding well to this broccoli. Now, another individual can be told, you should eat broccoli, you need to be eating more greens. And every time they have broccoli or green beans, they get a stomach ache, or maybe they break out in rashes, or maybe they get a headache, or maybe they feel really lethargic. So the question is, for an individual whose body doesn't respond well to broccoli or green beans or kale, does that mean that these things are healthy? No, they're not healthy for this individual because they cause inflammation. They make them feel bad. They make them not want to eat. They make them feel sick. They don't make them feel good. Therefore, it is not healthy for that individual. Now, I give that example because we always want to take something and be like, everybody should be lifting heavy ass weights. Everybody should be eating, broccoli or kale. Everyone should be eating, grilled chicken. Everyone should be having cottage cheese or Greek yogurt. Whatever the thing that's in right now in terms of what's the popular diet trend, or what's well known as a healthy food or a healthy drink or a healthy beverage, what is trendy or in from a health and from a fitness standpoint right now. But the reality is, the individual in question needs to be considered and needs to be the first priority. So when it comes to exercise, the individual in question needs to know their injury history. They need to know, how likely they are to consistently do this exercise. Do they enjoy it? Have they had bad experiences with it in the past? Is this style of exercise too intense for their current condition or their current health condition or their current heart conditions? Are they at risk of any heart attacks, or does diabetes or certain things run in the family? Like, all these things need to be considered about the individual in order to build a program or an exercise recommendation or a nutrition protocol that is specific to them and works well for them. And to be honest, getting all that background history about the individual is really just a solid start. But once you get all that information and you implement certain actions, whether it's, okay, we're going to start off with just doing resistance training 2 times a week, and I just want you to do these 3 movements. We're always going to do 3 sets of 15 at this load. As soon as that starts to feel easy, then try to do the next heaviest weight at 3 sets of 15. If you only can do 3 sets of 14, then keep doing that exercise till you do 3 sets of 15. We might do that for that program, for that person, but then we might realize, they really hate doing this amount of repetitions because they don't enjoy the workout. They're not showing up for the workout. They're not being consistent with the workout because they don't enjoy it and it doesn't feel good, and maybe it makes them too sore, makes them not feel good. So is that a good program for them just because it's strength training? Just because they're doing it, it's good. It's like, well, they're not doing it because they're not enjoying it. because we're not considering the individual and we're just telling them they need to be doing this because I said they need to be doing this, or they need to be doing this because the CDC says they need to be doing this. The reality is the individual needs to be considered. So when clients come to ask me, hey, should I be taking creatine? I'm like, well, first off, ask your doctor. Are you in a position where any of the health challenges you're having are going to be negatively impacted by consuming creatine? If not, then sure, you can try it. When you try this creatine, try it at the minimum dosage that it recommends. Do it for a few weeks. See how you feel. Do you feel good? Do you feel worse? Do you feel amazing, or do you feel like shit? Do you feel like you are always bloated and get headaches every time you take it? Or do you feel super jacked and super cognitively efficient when you take it? That's how you decide whether you should continue taking it after that point. So first, ask your doctor. Then, ask your coach. Then, take the recommended dosage. Then, try it out for a few weeks. Then, listen to the feedback from your body. Then, make your final decision on if you should continue taking it. Same thing applies to protein supplements or protein shakes. Same thing applies to certain foods. Same thing applies to certain diets. Same thing applies to certain strength training protocols or exercise protocols that your coach recommends or prescribes to you, or that you find online, or whatever it is. Number one, ask your doctor, are you in a safe position to do this? Number two, ask a professional coach, personal trainer, strength coach, if this is a good program and ideal for your certain goals. Step 3, start doing it. Step 4, are you able to remain is it sustainable? Do you feel good overall? Can you continue doing this? Have you been consistent? If not, you need to ask your coach or ask yourself, hey, I'm struggling to be consistent with this. I'm struggling to enjoy this. Can we make some changes? You make some changes because you allowed time for you to try something. You received feedback from yourself and from your body, and then you took that feedback and consulted with a professional, whether that be your doctor or your coach. Okay? So there is no right or wrong answer, but just remember, when you are asking your coach or asking your doctor or asking the internet or asking your family member whether you should or should not do something, you first need to consider yourself as an individual. You can get some feedback from them about their experience doing this certain thing, but you shouldn't be doing something just because you saw that someone said you should be doing it. You need to consult professionals. Then, after consulting professionals, go try it. Give yourself 2, 4, 6 weeks to get some positive or negative biofeedback from your body, and then make a decision from there on whether you want to continue doing it. I feel like I'm just kind of ranting, and I'll probably just go ahead and put that in the YouTube title, that this is a rant. But I really just want people to understand that there is no right or wrong answer. And the absolute yeses or absolute nos that you're looking for, especially in the context of nutrition or diet, just don't exist. The reality is nutrition is very complex. Diet and what you should be eating is very complex because as an individual, your body, your biology, your physiology is very complex, and it need be considered. The same thing applies to resistance training. All we know is that you should be trying your best to eat what would be considered healthy to you, which, if we wanted to apply a broad thing to it, but then when you get into the specifics, you get into the specifics in regards to the individual, is whole foods, enough water, and enough of each macronutrient. So getting some fats, getting some carbs, getting some proteins, ideally from whole foods, drinking enough water. And then when we dive into the specifics of what proteins, what fats, what carbs, and how much water, that's when the individual really comes into question, and we need to consider what's right for you and not just taking any recommendation that's thrown out there. Now, I think most of the recommendations that are on the internet might be a great start. They get you thinking about what you should or should not be doing. They at least get you taking action. So I'm not saying that you should absolutely ignore everything, but I'm just saying you definitely need to consider you as an individual when it comes to nutrition and when it comes to strength training. If you're not sustainable, if you've tried a diet and you don't feel good, then that is your body talking to you, and you need to have further discussions with your coaches, your doctors, and yourself on what is right for you. I think I should just wrap it there. I think you guys understand the point of what I'm saying. I'm going to go on a nice little walk, waiting in between clients. And if you are a client, watch this video and it was confusing, feel free to talk to me about it in person. Foundry Health and Performance, coachstutzer. Peace.